you stood in Tenochtitlan in 1519, you would have witnessed a city that defied imagination, a floating metropolis of temples, canals, and bustling markets, home to hundreds of thousands of people. The Aztec Empire, with its vast wealth and military power, seemed invincible. Yet within just 2 years, this mighty civilization crumbled into dust. How could such a grand empire fall so quickly? Was it the arrival of the Spanish, or was its collapse already written in the stars? This is the story of the rise and fall of the Aztec Empire, a tale of ambition, conquest, betrayal, and tragedy. The Aztecs were not always the rulers of Mesoamerica. Their origins were humble. In the 14th century, they were a wandering tribe searching for a place to call home. According to their legends, their gods gave them a sign to look for: a mighty eagle perched on a cactus, devouring a snake. When they finally found this symbol in the middle of Lake Texcoco, they began building their city, Tenochtitlan, on a series of small islands. The location seemed impossible for a thriving city, surrounded by water with no easy access to land. But the Aztecs were nothing if not resourceful. They built chinampas, or floating gardens, to grow crops. They connected the islands with causeways and created aqueducts to bring fresh water into the city. By the 15th century, Tenochtitlan was the jewel of Mesoamerica. Under their leader, Itzcoatl, the Aztecs began expanding their influence. Through strategic alliances with neighboring city-states, they formed the Triple Alliance, which became the foundation of their empire. The Aztec military was one of the most powerful in the region, fueled by a belief in their gods who demanded blood sacrifices. For the Aztecs, war was not just about conquest. It was about capturing prisoners for rituals that they believed kept the sun alive and the universe in balance. As the empire grew, so did its wealth. The Aztecs demanded tribute from the regions they conquered: gold, food, textiles, and even human captives. Tenochtitlan became a center of culture, trade, and religious ceremony. By the early 16th century, the Aztecs ruled over 500 city-states and millions of people. But this dominance came at a cost. The heavy tributes and fearsome reputation of the Aztecs bred resentment among the subjugated peoples, setting the stage for their eventual downfall. While the Aztecs believed their gods controlled their destiny, a far greater threat was approaching from across the ocean. In 1519, Hernán Cortés, a Spanish conquistador, landed on the shores of what is now Mexico. With just a few hundred men, a handful of horses, and advanced weapons, Cortés set out on an ambitious mission to explore and conquer. At first, the Aztecs saw the Spanish as mysterious, even divine. Aztec prophecy spoke of the return of the god Quetzalcoatl, a bearded figure who would come from the east. Montezuma II, the Aztec emperor, was cautious but curious. Instead of attacking the Spanish, he chose to send gifts of gold and welcomed them to Tenochtitlan. Cortés and his men were awestruck when they arrived in the city. They marveled at its scale, its vibrant markets filled with goods from across the empire, and its towering temples dedicated to the gods. But while they admired its beauty, they were also consumed by greed. To them, Tenochtitlan was not just a city, it was a treasure chest. The relationship between the Aztecs and the Spanish quickly soured. Cortés took Montezuma hostage, using him as a puppet to control the Aztec people. Tensions boiled over when the Spanish interrupted a religious ceremony, slaughtering unarmed Aztecs. The people of Tenochtitlan rose up in rebellion, forcing Cortés and his men to flee the city in what became known as the Night of Sorrows. Many Spanish soldiers were killed as they tried to escape across the causeways, weighed down by the gold they had stolen. Cortés was not one to give up easily. After escaping Tenochtitlan, he regrouped with his native allies, many of whom despised the Aztecs for their harsh rule. The Tlaxcalans, a powerful group that had long resisted Aztec domination, became his most important allies. With their support, Cortés raised an army and returned to lay siege to the city in 1521. The Spanish strategy was brutal. They cut off food and water supplies, leaving the people of Tenochtitlan to starve. Meanwhile, a devastating weapon was already at work: smallpox. This deadly disease, brought by the Spanish, spread rapidly through the population, killing tens of thousands. The Aztecs had no immunity to it, and entire families were wiped out in days. For months, the Aztecs fought valiantly, using their knowledge of the city's canals and causeways to hold off the invaders. But the Spanish had superior technology: cannons, steel swords, and crossbows. Slowly, they destroyed the city's defenses, block by block. By August 1521, the once great city of Tenochtitlan was in ruins. Its temples were toppled, its streets filled with the dead, and its people enslaved or killed. The last Aztec emperor, Cuauhtémoc, was captured and later executed by the Spanish. The fall of Tenochtitlan marked the end of the Aztec Empire and the beginning of Spanish colonization in the Americas. Over the next few centuries, the Spanish would build their own cities over the ruins of the Aztec world. Tenochtitlan became Mexico City, the capital of New Spain and later modern Mexico. But the story of the Aztecs did not end there. Their culture, art, and traditions continue to inspire people around the world. Their intricate stone carvings, codices, and pyramids stand as reminders of their greatness. Even their language, Nahuatl, is still spoken by over 1 million people in Mexico today. The Aztec Empire's rise and fall is a story of human ambition, of a small tribe that grew into a vast civilization, only to be brought down by forces beyond their control. It is a reminder of how fragile even the mightiest empires can be in the face of change. The Aztec Empire was one of the most fascinating civilizations in human history, a blend of extraordinary achievements and complex beliefs. It reminds us of the power of innovation, the dangers of overreach, and the devastating impact of cultural collisions. Today, we can still learn from their legacy, a testament to the resilience of human creativity and the enduring power of stories from the past. This is the rise and fall of the Aztec Empire, a tale of glory, sacrifice, and survival.